Hello, welcome to OJ Studios. Please enjoy this week's chapter of Punishment 2, Return of Amanda, by Olivia Julius. As we rode back to Brittany's place, I couldn't help but feel a mix of anticipation and apprehension about what awaited me in terms of my girly girl transformation. Brittany, sitting beside me, wore an eager expression, clearly excited about the prospect of picking out outfits for me. Last year Gracie picked out my outfits as a punishment. They were extremely girly. I had to wear a dress almost every single day, and I have no delusions this time around. Once we got to Brittany's house, Abby told us that we had an hour before my mom and dad would arrive to pick up Brittany and me. So, Brittany wasted no time opening her walk-in closet, and I walked in, again having to figure out what Brittany wanted me to wear. "Alright, Amanda, time for your girly girl makeover!" she exclaimed. "I'm wearing enough of a girly outfit now, aren't I?" I asked, holding the bottom of my skirt. "Nope," Brittany said with an evil smile. "Trust me! You're going to be very girly this time around." I took a deep breath and nodded, mentally preparing myself for whatever Brittany had in store. She pulled out a few different outfits, holding them up for me to see. "I think this one would look great on you," Brittany said, selecting a pastel pink sundress with a floral pattern. I examined the dress and reluctantly agreed. It was a pretty dress, though not something I would have chosen for myself. Brittany continued to pick out clothes, including skirts, blouses, and even a pair of heels. She seemed to relish the opportunity to dress me up in her own style, and I couldn't help but feel a little overwhelmed by what she had chosen. This was not at all how I pictured my vacation to go. Brittany's selection of clothing was undeniably girl, and it made me acutely aware that I was now in the hands of a major girly girl. As I stood there in her walk-in closet, surrounded by frilly dresses, skirts, and delicate blouses, I couldn't help but feel a twinge of anxiety about how I would look and feel once I was fully dressed in these outfits. Brittany handed me a pink dress and told me to put it on. I watched as she left the room and quickly took off the top that was wearing. I reluctantly slipped into the pastel pink dress that Brittany had chosen for me. The soft fabric felt unfamiliar against my skin. It was somehow familiar to the dresses that I have worn before and yet somehow different, and I couldn't help but feel self-conscious as I looked at my reflection in the mirror. The floral pattern and ruffled details added to its girly charm, and I had to admit that it was a far cry from my usual boy clothing. Once I had the dress on, Brittany returned to the closet with a smile on her face. She seemed genuinely excited about the makeover she was giving me. "Looking good, Amanda!" she exclaimed as she handed me a pair of pink ballet flats to complete the outfit. I hesitated for a moment before accepting the flats. As I put on the shoes, Brittany continued to work her magic, selecting matching accessories, including a necklace, and a bracelet. Each piece added to the overall girly look, and I couldn't deny that I was beginning to look and feel like a different person. With the final accessory in place, Brittany stepped back to admire her handiwork. "You clean up pretty well, Amanda," she said with a grin. I couldn't help but offer a small, somewhat sheepish smile in return. This was not what I wanted to wear over to my aunt's house. I have got to stop falling for dares that I know I will lose to. "So, are we done here?" I asked. Brittany clapped her hands together. "Oh Amanda, we're just getting started! There are so many more outfits to try on, and I can't wait to see you in them!" As Brittany continued to pick out more girly outfits for me to wear, including skirts, blouses, and even a pair of shorts, I couldn't help but feel a mix of emotions. Last year I had grown to like being dressed as a girl somewhat. Will the same thing happen this year? As the minutes turned into an hour, Brittany and I continued putting clothes into my suitcase. She made sure that all my boy clothes were safely away from me so I couldn't wear them. Brittany only stopped when Abby called up to us to say that my parents were here. She smiled over to me and took my hand. "Come on Amanda, let's show your parents their improved daughter." As we descended the stairs, Brittany leading the way, I couldn't help but feel a sense of trepidation about facing my parents in my new girly attire. I had grown used to my boyish clothing and identity as Adam, and this sudden transformation into Amanda felt surreal. My parents were waiting in the living room, chatting with Brittany's mom, Abby. When they saw me, their expressions lit up with surprise and amusement. "Well, hello there!" my mom exclaimed with a playful smile. "I didn't expect to see Amanda coming down the stairs. I thought you were going to be Adam for the rest of the trip." "I lost a foosball game to Brittany," I explained with a sigh. "So, I have to be Amanda for the rest of the trip." My parents exchanged amused glances, understanding that my transformation was all good fun. My mom chimed in, "Alright, if you want to return to your aunts as Amanda, that's fine with me." With our bags packed into the car and goodbyes exchanged, Brittany and I climbed into my parents' car, ready for the journey to my aunt's house. The car ride was filled with laughter and conversation as we caught up on our adventures so far. As we approached my Aunt Georgia's house, a sense of familiarity washed over me. It had been a year since our last visit, and I was looking forward to seeing my aunt and enjoying the peaceful countryside. But as the gravel road crunched beneath the car's tires, I couldn't help but wonder how my aunt and cousins would react to seeing me as a girl again this year. Last year, they had been prepared for my arrival as Amanda, but this time, it was a surprise. Ready or not, Amanda was back, and I was about to find out how my family would embrace my girly girl transformation this time around.